Aloha everybody, it's Jessica Oyanagi with Home Sweet Maui Realty, and I'm here today to share a video that's a little bit different for my channel, which is just more of a personal story about myself, my background, how I got into real estate and moved to the island of Maui. And the reason I'm sharing all of this is in case you'd like to work with me as a realtor, I'd like you to know exactly who you'll be working with. So join me on this journey as I share a little bit about myself in today's video. If you've never watched a video on my channel before, I love sharing my Maui life with you on YouTube and IGTV. And usually my videos center around, real estate on the island of Maui, what it's like to live here. But today I'm creating a little bit more of a personal video. So if you find value in this video, please be sure to give me a like, hit that subscribe button. And if you're looking for a client-based realtor on the island of Maui, I will put my contact information in that description below. I feel like every personal story should start from the very beginning. I was born in Huntington Beach, California, in Southern California, Orange County. And I grew up a really, really simple lifestyle with our family of four. I have a younger sister. My dad built boats for a living in Huntington Harbor. My mom was a stay-at-home mom until she decided to study nutrition and become a nutritionist right when we were teenagers, we were a little bit older. And yeah, my childhood consisted mostly of going camping, traveling, spending time with friends and family, and definitely embracing the beach culture of Southern California. As I became a teenager and a young woman, I realized that I was very interested in doing something creative with my life. And so in high school, I had the opportunity to take photography classes, which I loved, and also dance classes. I'd actually been in dance classes since I was a little girl and really loved the performing arts. I was fortunate enough at Huntington Beach High School to have a school for the performing arts that I believe still exists on that campus today. And so I was really exposed to a lot of creativity and I guess thinking outside of the box. And I decided to actually major in dance at Cal State Long Beach. And after about a year of that, I figured, I really don't need a degree to be a dancer. I was much more interested in possibly teaching dance or owning a business that was a dance studio or something along those lines. And so I decided to change my major to photography, which was my other passion, and graduated with a BFA in photography from Cal State Long Beach, and went on from there to have a really wonderful career in photography for the last 20 years, which actually still continues today. And so, I did everything from when I was 17 years old, I worked in a JCPenney portrait studio, photographing children and families, to working at a newspaper as a photojournalist and photo editor, and to also working as a corporate photographer for Boeing for many years. And actually when we arrived on Maui, the first job I had here for a few years was being a photographer and also managing a branch for a photo studio at the Grand Wailea Resort. So that kind of gave me my first taste of working with all different kinds of clientele that used to come and stay at the resort, and also gave me my first taste of being in a management role and managing a team. And really, that's what led me to wanting to become an entrepreneur. So to rewind just a little bit, I graduated from Cal State Long Beach with a degree in photography. And around that same time, I met my future husband, John, and he at the time was going to culinary school at Orange Coast College. And we met, we fell in love, and we got married. And we decided very soon after we got married, within about a year, that we wanted to move to the city of Seattle. And so we spent 13 lovely years in the Emerald City. And I'd say that my time there really shaped who I am today. I worked for the Boeing company for a good portion of that time. And it really gave me up close and personal look at what it's like to run and work at a large corporation. I was a photographer there, so I got to see every aspect, whether it was workers in the factory, fabricating parts and putting airplanes together, or CEOs doing business deals behind closed doors. I got to photograph the president coming off of Air Force One, concerts, like you name it. I just had a really dynamic experience during our time in Seattle. We also had 2 little girls. I had 2 babies while we lived in Seattle who are now almost 6 and 9. So yeah, a lot happened for us during our time in Seattle that really shaped the person that I am today. And I think that kind of having that big city experience really helps me in the way that I deal with my clients and I run my real estate business. After spending 13 lovely years in Seattle, we decided to make the jump and move to Maui. And there were several reasons that we made this decision. First of all, my career at Boeing, it was just, they were having layoffs at the company, and I ended up going from photographing and working with people every day, which is what I really love to do, to photographing close-ups of airplane parts and airplane takeoffs, and that was just not where my passion lied anymore. I just couldn't spend my days looking at airplane parts anymore. We also had spent 13 years in the lovely Seattle weather, and being from Southern California, born and bred, I really missed my sunshine and the ocean. So that was definitely a determining factor, moving to a place with a warmer climate. And of course, the biggest draw was family. So my sister had lived here for about 10 years prior to us moving over. She's actually a hairstylist here on Maui. And of course, we had come over and visited her many times. And it kind of started getting to the point where every time we would leave, I would start to cry. I was like, I cannot leave this place. And my sister, and she also was pregnant around the same time I was pregnant with my second child. And so yeah, we just decided it would be important, to be around her so that we could raise our kids together, closer rather than being, hundreds of miles apart. And so those were all the determining factors that went into us moving to Maui. And I'm happy to say that since we moved here 5 years ago, my parents have moved here now as well. So my whole family just kept migrating west to West California, they call it, from California, eventually here to Hawaii. So I know these are some of the factors that other people consider when moving here. And for us, it was just a lot of different elements that finally aligned. I was finally able to talk my husband into moving. He was very afraid of having island fever. And I know that's a concern for some people who think about moving here, but he actually really loves it here. He loves the lifestyle. It's a lot less stressful for him here. And yeah, it's turned out to be, I think, one of the best decisions that we've ever made as a family. So when we decided to move to Maui, it was not exactly a put all your stuff in a backpack, get on the plane, and we're moving tomorrow. There was a lot of preparation and saving money and planning that went into the move, including shipping all of our household goods, our cars, our pets, bringing a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old on an airplane, and moving here. So if anyone out there is looking for tips or tricks on moving across the ocean to Hawaii, I definitely have that firsthand experience. And it's definitely not for the faint of heart if you're planning to move in the way that we did. I also know people who have just sold everything and put their backpack on their back or a piece of luggage and called it good. So hey, whatever works for you as long as you make it to paradise. Like I mentioned earlier, when we first got to Maui, the first job I had was at the Grand Wailea Resort. And there I was a manager of a photography company. And after a few years in that role, I decided that I would like to begin my own business. And so I opened Mono Moments Photography, which is a photographer collective business where I have a whole team of photographers that go out and take couples portraits, family sessions, weddings and events. And so, I really built this business from scratch, from nothing. I did everything, whether it was building the website, going out on the photo shoots, bookkeeping, marketing, you name it. I was a one-woman show with the help of my photographers, of course, for many years. And, we survived the pandemic, made it through that. And last year when we reopened, it was just gangbusters in 2021. So around the beginning of 2020, when the pandemic hit, I had thought to myself, I really need to figure out something else that I can do that isn't putting all of my eggs in the tourism basket and just relying upon that to support my family financially. And so, being that I loved being an entrepreneur, real estate had always been something that was in the back of my mind. And so I got my license in early 2020 and have been practicing real estate for a few years now. And I'm very happy to say that it's living up to my expectations for all of the reasons that I jumped into this career, which are primarily working with people. Helping clients through once-in-a-lifetime experiences is very important to me. And so, whether it's taking that once-in-a-lifetime photo or buying that once-in-a-lifetime dream property, to me, that spark and that excitement of helping clients through that journey and connect to Hawaii is very, very important to me. A lot of people have never purchased real estate, or perhaps, they're purchasing virtually from the mainland. And so I really feel like it's my main job to make the real estate process as simple for you as I possibly can, and as painless as possible as well. So whether it's connecting you, with local lenders or escrow companies, inspectors, because you're hundreds of miles away and don't have those connections, whether it's helping you with a virtual tour, whether you're someone that lives here in Hawaii or on Maui that's just looking to relocate or maybe buy your first home. I just really enjoy working with many different types of clients to help them through the real estate process. So I'm gonna get a little bit nerdy right now and I'm gonna read you my business promise. And this for me really is a statement of the mission that I have to serve others in my position as a real estate company owner and a realtor in Hawaii. So here it is. My business promise. As a Home Sweet Maui client, you are part of my ohana. I aim to make our real estate journey together as fun and enjoyable as possible. I promise to truly care for and collaborate with you. My passion for you and the partnership we build will be obvious from the beginning. I will provide you with stellar communication and excellent service every step of the way. If you're buying a home, I'll be your local resource for all things Maui. If you're listing a property, I will use my creative expertise and innovative marketing skills to sell your home. Above all, I aim to be thoughtful, loyal, and positive in business and in life. I promise you'll find my professional, upbeat approach unique and refreshing. So to me, this promise says it all. I don't want to be your run-of-the-mill, quote-unquote, car salesman type of a real estate agent. I really do want to collaborate and forge a real partnership with my clients that isn't just going to occur during the time that we have a real estate transaction together, but hopefully is going to extend for as long as you want it to. Because I'm not going anywhere. I'm digging in here to this life on Maui, and I would love to help you do the same. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video, to learn a little bit more about me, my background, my career, my life. And if you have any questions for me about living on Maui, or what I can do to help you in your real estate journey, or just tips and tricks if you're visiting Maui, or if you need to book a photo session while you're here, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I will put those contact details in that description below. Thanks so much for joining me today. Aloha.